Championship game, Castleford versus Wigan. A very difficult game for Wigan in their quest for the Championship, because it's Wigan losing against Widnes at the weekend, and Castleford, after that tremendous win against Barrow, that stretches their unbeaten run to 7 matches after a mid-season loss of form. And Castleford, of course, with a chance of the double. They came across to Central Park early in the season and they beat the league leaders. Injuries could affect the outcome of today's game, and the Wigan team is as follows, with several people out. Lydon and Bell, of course, with Bell suspended, have Clark and Iro in the centre, and Gilfillan comes in on the wing. And there at number 8, rather a surprise for Graham West, the Alliance team coach. He's in to take on the big responsibility of marking this big Castleford pack. But with Lucas, Platt, Dermot and Betts all out injured, and Hanley, of course, still sidelined, then it's quite a changed Wigan pack. The Castleford side virtually at full strength, and there at half-back, Gary French and Graham Stedman, they're going to have a lot to say in today's game. And they can even afford to be without the international prop forward Kevin Ward, with Dean Sampson turning on some fine displays at number 8. There at number 13, the evergreen John Joyner. He'll be involved in a great deal of Castleford's efforts tonight. The referee Steve Cross from Hull then, just waiting to see whether both touch judges are ready. Blows the whistle, the start of the game. Steve Hampson, the Wigan fullback, kicks off deep on what is a very firm Castleford pitch here at Weldon Road. St John Ellis, the right winger, runs out. Just makes it 10-15 yards away from his own line. Coach John Money from Wigan, very hopeful of a victory tonight, and of course that victory would not quite secure the championship, but it would really put Wigan well on the way. Well, a penalty awarded, and it's a penalty, it would seem, against Adrian Shelford and even Graham West. Graham West it is who's been spoken to. Bobby Goulding separates them. Andy Gregory, who's captain for tonight, also does. So it looks a little bit of over-aggression there from the Wigan pack on Keith England in particular. That's the penalty to Castleford. And that's the left boot of Graham Stedman in the Great Britain squad. Former Featherstone player, of course. Dean Sampson, who's been playing some great rugby for Castleford, takes that first drive. Castleford always renowned for a very good footballing side, but they've also had a redoubtable pack of forwards. There's one of them, Keith England, in the Great Britain squad. So some very aggressive running and driving from the Castleford forwards as Beardmore and Joyner link. Joyner, one of the architects, a set move there as England comes inside, close to the play the ball. But Wigan have soaked up the pressure, and it's the last tackle now. Bad play the ball, but Stedman gets away with it and pushes the left. That's going to bounce high for Preston. Preston gets past Ellis. Oh, what a burst from Preston. Almost through, just ankle tap there by Sean Irwin. And straight away, Andy Goodway, who's born in these parts, a Castleford boy. There'll be no love lost there tonight. West takes the ball on the drive. This is a big game for Graham West, former Wigan captain, of course. Former New Zealand captain as well. And there's another New Zealand player, Adrian Shelford, links it inside. Goulding kicks on, and the hooker kicks it towards Steve Larder. Steve Larder makes a great stop, goalkeeper fashion, but the ball has gone forward, and there an inspired piece of play from Wigan. As Adrian Shelford burst through, he just couldn't quite get that pass inside to hand. It went on the floor. Edwards has exploited that blind side. There's a massive gap on that blind side. Edwards may well score. Oh, that's a great cover tackle from Steve Larder. Well, certainly Wigan firing on all cylinders now as Stasiger takes it up. Joyner makes the tackle. As Bobby Goulding, playing in the hooker's role, looks for the move. It's Gregory, dodging and weaving. Castleford defends, hanging on. Wigan in full flow. Shelford takes the drive, straightens up off that right leg. Just a matter of 2 meters away from this Castleford line. A Wigan set move on, probably. That's a great ball there. A superb running from Graham West into the gap. A well-timed pass from Andy Gregory, but again Castleford hanging on. Gregory moving it wide. There's the pass for Philip Clark, but it went on the ground and it's been knocked forward. So Steve Cross, I think, will award the scrummage. In fact, it's the handover to Castleford. as that was the last tackle. So Castleford deep in their own territory. Well, that's a fine run from the hooker Kevin Beardmore. And Castleford, who had really some very indifferent form in the middle of the season, have really bounced back with a bang. And coach Darryl van der Velde is very pleased with his Yorkshire charges. Again, Sampson making that bust close to the play of the ball. Stedman again eludes the advancing Andy Gregory and puts a big deep kick in. That's bounced past Mark Preston, but Preston has to shuffle back, trying to find some space. It has to take the tackle again. Sean Owen and St John Ellis moving up very quickly together. Andrew Goodway got back there as ever from that kick. He always seems to be back in position, ready to run it out. Shelford takes the drive. This time it's straightforward, and this time it's well met by this Castleford defence. West on the dummy. Ian Gildart, his first touch of the ball. He's strong, aggressive, hard-working second row forward. Gregory with a change of direction, impeded again, but Edwards has picked it up. Oh, that's superb play. Good way to Iro, but Iro seemed to be impeded as well. That could certainly be a penalty to Wigan, but Steve Cross has said that the ball has gone forward. But as Gregory kicked over the top, there was definitely impeding on, first of all, Gregory, then on Edwards, and it seemed almost as if Iro was impeded as well. Castleford have won possession at the scrum. Stedman feeds St John Ellis, coming in from that blindside wing. And most of the Australian coaches certainly favour the blindside wing coming in, getting involved in the game, particularly from the scrums. Sampson has drifted wide. He runs straight into Sean Edwards. Edwards secures the ball in making the tackle along with Philip Clark. Joyner's pushed it wide there, but Neil Batty really not going any further forward, and that may have been won by Wigan, but the knock-on, I think, was in the tackle by Neil Batty, so that's going to be a scrum down, and it's going to be a Wigan feed. So the game here at Weldon Road certainly fiery to start off with. There's a lot at stake for both these sides. Wigan, the 2 points, of course, which would maintain the lead at the championship. Has that been knocked on? Steve Cross said yes. The Wigan players are appealing for going backwards, but Steve Cross has awarded a penalty against the appeal. So Steve Cross not standing any nonsense as far as the verbals are concerned, as Stedman punches that ball upfield. A chance now for Castleford to put on some pressure as they approach Wigan's 22. Sampson, big strong run, running straight into Graham West though and Adrian Shelford. Joyner's one out, but he's got no support. So there, a set move pass possibly went wrong for Castleford. John Joyner, looking back, was not happy about the organisation of his players. French, the elusive, links with Larder. Larder's found a gap, he's got pace. Gets through to Steve Hampson at the back, his opposite number. Castleford on the rampage. Joyner's looking for the play. Good ball inside to Jeff Hardy. Castleford working the moves. Joyner again looking for distribution. Grant Anderson came on the burst, but that was a superb tackle by Philip Clark. French with the chip through. That's hit a Wigan player. In fact, it hit Jed Stazika, but it's gone forward, and it was the last tackle, so it's going to be a handover to Wigan. All action here at Weldon Road. John Gilfillan playing his first game for the first team, getting involved. Stazika drifting across the field. Castleford really fired up in defence. They're moving up very, very quickly on these Wigan players. Edwards changes it again and links through. Oh, what a superb piece of play. And a kick through for Preston. Preston's got pace, but so's Plange and so's Larder, and the ball may well have gone too far. But Plange goes back, makes a mess of the kick. But it's gone dead. But what an inspired piece of play from Sean Edwards. That was superb skill. The kick over the top and the catch was of the highest order, and then trying to kick for that left wing for Mark Preston. So Castleford attacking 1 second, and then a beautiful piece of play to bring Wigan back, pushing Castleford fully 70-80 yards upfield. Preston again takes securely, links with Stazika, and Jed Stazika fairly low centre of gravity, running quite close to the ground, but often makes that bust through that initial defensive line. Graham West, 6'5" of power in the veteran stage now, but there's no doubting his efforts in tonight's match. Shelford took that ball. It was rather a slow play, the ball, and that resulted in him taking it standing still. Was that a forward pass? It was. A little bit of a mix-up there between Ian Gildart and Andy Gregory, resulting in the forward pass. French runs away from the back of that scrimmage. Andy Goodway got out very quickly. Good tackle from the loose forward. Again, defence from Neil Batty runs it out. So 2 drives from Castleford from that scrum. And this certainly is a softening up process by both packs. Lots of hard driving by particularly the front men. But with players like Joyner around, orchestrating, and French, whose ability to sidestep and distribute's good, and Steadman's got pace. So Castleford, a very dangerous side wide out. Sampson has drifted across it, tries to run past Clark. Philip Clark, normally of course a loose forward in the under-21 squad, playing in the centre today. He's got plenty of pace and full of good skill. Steve Hampson takes the ball on the bounce. There's a good Castleford defensive line, but he's got through 2 tackles from Grant Anderson that just stopped him. Well, there's been more excitement in this game so far than in lots of games throughout the whole season. Plenty of good rugby, plenty of good defence. Andy Gregory in problems there with the big men of Castleford. Sampson writhing in agony, but Edwards pushes the ball upfield. Larder in a good position, but it's gone past him and it's rolling towards the touchline. Larder has to let it go. Steve Larder didn't want to risk touching that ball and giving Wigan the scrummage. So it's going to be a scrum down 10 metres from Castleford line, and it's going to be Castleford to feed. So the scrum wheel round, but French has managed. 12 minutes play here, no score, plenty of action. Graham Steadman running into the cover from Ian Gildart from the pack. England, hard-working pack member of this Castleford side. John Joyner prompting, this time it's the wide ball. There's an overlap on that side. Iro almost lets Sean Owen go, but eventually hangs on to him. Steve Hampson then tested, plays football with that. That means all Castleford are on side now. And again he straightens up, and again he gets through that first tackle. So Hampson getting through that first defensive line on 2 occasions now. Philip Clark takes it up, getting into the action. Andrew Goodway, little chance to see him running wide out so far. But certainly that's been one of his strengths throughout the season. Shelford, 2 out, and the burst through. That was an England high tackle which he swept past there. Gregory looking for the gap and linking well, but it was an obstruction there by Andrew Goodway on the far side. He was certainly held by Sean Irwin. Last tackle, Hampson is the kicker, and that's a massive kick. That's put Larder under pressure. Taking it well. But so's Philip Clark taking him well. Good tackle from the centre. Blanche trying the dummy, but he's lost the ball, and Philip Clark has picked it up. So an uncharacteristic mistake there from Steve Larder and David Plange. Edwards swings it wide, finds Gregory once again, but Gregory can't get past Hampson. Hampson moving in. So Wigan still in possession just outside the Castleford 22. Gregory with the run around and the burst. Goodway almost getting through. That was good defence from Castleford, because Goodway was really motoring then as he hit that defensive line of Castleford. Again, Gregory, this time the chip. That could be offside. It certainly came off French. And Castleford certainly looked in front of French. Drift across field, Irwin. Trying to get past Goodway. Goodway hangs on. That's Link inside. Oh, this is good Castleford play. There's St John Ellis, and he's made it. That's a try. A try for St John Ellis and Castleford. It was almost out of nothing as Sean Irwin broke down that right-hand side. The pass inside was superbly timed. Jeff Hardy was there, the second row forward. And up flying from the back was St John Ellis, the right wing. And it was he who goes over in the corner despite Kevin Iro's desperate lunge at the end. Well, that's a difficult kick for Graham Steadman on the far side, but with his left foot, it's a natural kicker for him. He's kicked it well, he's kicked it superbly. That's another 2 points for Castleford. That's the icing on the cake. That's 6-0 to Castleford after a quarter of an hour's play. Wigan were attacking, then it was the handover as Sampson restarts the game. Castleford scored a try out of nothing. Brilliant in the passing down that right wing. They really are fired up, and there's the try scorer, St John Ellis, confronting the Wigan defence. Close to the play of the ball, certainly getting involved is the right winger. Keith England can't stay on his feet there, the number 10, but gets up quickly to play the ball. Now Steadman with the kick, and that left foot kick is certainly testing Steve Hampson. Great take from the fullback, bouncing into Jeff Hardy. Joyner hanging over the top of him. A little bit of contretemps there as Preston runs round and tries to find the gap. No space though. Good tackle from Beardmore. Steve Cross having a word, and that's a penalty to Wigan. It looks as if there's been a bit of argy-bargy close to the play of the ball. John Joyner inquiring, but there's no doubt in Steve Cross's mind that's going to be a penalty to Wigan. Steve Hampson it is, who's going to take over the normal duties that Joe Lydon would do. And he's going to attempt a kick for touch on that left-hand side. Well, that's a good kick. That's pushed Wigan just outside the Castleford 22. Gouldy, the straightforward pass to Graham West, and the big man hits it over the 22. Shelford takes the second drive towards the post and keeps those big legs pumping. Good defence from Castleford. Gregory with the set move and the run around. And that's a great ball to... Oh, what a superb ball to Iro. Iro to Clark. Clark the dummy and Clark over. That's a try for Philip Clark. That was a beautiful piece of rugby by Wigan. It was the set move midfield. And then when Edwards took the ball from Gregory, what a superb piece of handling as Iro took it on. The flick pass. Kevin Iro put it onto his co-centre, Philip Clark. And Philip Clark just had the strength to get over despite desperate Castleford cover. So as Castleford have to restart with just that 2-point advantage, there are obvious problems with the coverage here at the moment. There's certainly a lot of action in the television box, and the corners are very difficult for the cameraman to see. But that certainly brought life back into the game. 2 tries in as many minutes, and both of high quality. Good handling, good movement. Edwards involved in this one, and there's Graham West trying to link, and does so. Castleford have moved up though. Good defence on both sides. There'd been no gaps. That's good linking. quick hands from Andy Gregory, but again that's good moving up from Beardmore. Edwards decides to kick. He's kicked it high. Back comes Pans. Now Pans can run. Oh, well hung on. John Gilfillan almost pushed off then by the powerful plunge, but hanging on brings him down. And working hard in the tackle again. So Castleford moving it to prop forward Dean Sampson. He's certainly been playing well. Very strong running. Stedman tries to get Neil Batty away on the long striding second row forward, almost breaking through. Stedman finding French, and French has got pace. Looking for support. He finds it in Stedman. It's David Plant, John Gilfillan, and again John Gilfillan equal to the task. So last tackle now. French is way in field. Gregory almost charging it down. That's a difficult kick. If anybody can take it, Steve Hampson can, and he does. Can't get away from John Joyner though, as Grant Anderson comes up to make the defence. And certainly the crowd erupting, and Steve Cross has blown the whistle. Touch judge is on the field. Obviously an incident involving the fullback, Steve Hampson, and John Joyner, the loose forward. Joyner has walked away apparently with no ill effects, but obviously a discussion between the two officials, and Steve Cross is going to award a penalty, I think. He's having John Joyner and Steve Hampson together. There's obviously confrontation between the two of them. It's Steve Hampson he's speaking to. John Joyner joins him, and certainly with no indications yet which way the penalty is going to go. It's going to be a penalty to Wigan. It's Joyner who obviously committed the first offence. Hampson may well have retaliated. The penalty goes to Wigan on the intervention of the touch judge. Certainly Steve Hampson, who's one of the quickest play the ball in the game, wants to get on his feet and play, and Joyner was probably not allowing him to do it. Castleford crowd don't like that one, as West takes up the drive. There's no shortage of effort on both sides. Tremendous commitment, a lot of good play, a lot of good defence as well, but Shelford swung that back. Stesiger wasn't quite waiting for it. Has to make all the play himself. Edwards, the dummy on the right, and then the link, but Goodway's got no support, has to go on his own. Gregory decides to kick and push Castleford back. That's certainly a stretching kick. Plange was upfield. He's got to race back miles. And Steve Larder picks it up. Larder linking with Plange. But the two rather inexperienced right flankers, that's John Gilfillan and Philip Clark, make a good job of the defence. Beardmore finding French. French decides to change the tactics. Goodway's gone back and gets his feet on it. It goes backwards. No, says Steve Cross. Andrew Goodway looking in some pain on the floor. Steve Cross has stopped the clock. Andrew Goodway having some treatment. In fact, it's Graham West who's coming off the field. There's going to be a substitution on the Wigan part. Jed Byrne is on the field. He's going to come and probably play in the centre, and Philip Clark goes straight into the second row. Stedman finds touch on that right-hand side. Castleford back in an attacking position on the Wigan 22. Keith England takes the drive towards the post. It's the second drive from Neil Batty. From Beardmore to Sampson, and that's desperately close. Wigan hanging on. Will Castleford move the ball wide? They've certainly got an overlap of players. French sees the gap. Oh, he shot past. Has that gone forward? That's a forward pass. French on the floor. Can't believe it. He was almost through. Desperate defence. But the pass eventually forward. Steve Cross right on the spot. We're going to have a let-off. Goodway had moved up very, very quickly, and French had spotted the gap. And he is powerful. Tremendous acceleration. Wigan win the scrum. Oh, Hampson sidestep past Larder and still going. He's strong. Sampson and Hampson. What a pair. Sampson had come out of the scrum very quickly. Scrum, says the referee. Steve Hampson points to the touch judge. There's no doubt at the play of the ball there was an offence. But the offence seems to have gone Castleford's way. So French feeds the scrummage. That's well won ball. And French moves it to Stedman. Stedman has got pace. That's a link inside. As Sean Irwin comes in on the switch pass. England takes the drive. So that's two play the balls, and Castleford building up pressure on Wigan inside their 22. Neil Maddy trying on his own. 3 drives gone. The organisers are wide out. The 2 halfbacks. French is 1 out. And Stedman 2. And Stedman, who's an individual of the highest order, sidesteps Hampson and dives over. That a try. And a try for Graham Stedman. Stedman standing wide, sidestepping off that left foot. He accelerated through the gap, came to Steve Hampson and a sidestep off the right foot, and that ball's down under the post. Lines it up, kicks it over. 12 points to 4, Castleford in the lead. Pressure telling then on that Wigan defence as Castleford build it up. Hampson kicks off, almost a mix-up behind the post, but St. John Ellis runs it out. The 12-4 with just about 10 minutes to go before half-time. And Castleford playing exceptionally well. Posing 1 or 2 threats in this Wigan defence, and it's only 1-5 piece of play which resulted in the Wigan try. Possession-wise, certainly Castleford have had most of it. They made less mistakes. As Joyner links and pushes it wide. That's a great ball, but a great tackle, Sean Irwin, and that's a beautiful piece of play. French is up. Hampson goes high. A switch in play again as Jeff Hardy goes to the right. The penalty goes to Castleford. Steve Cross has that right arm raised. He's called Steve Hampson across. And certainly was a high tackle. Steve Cross points to the shoulder. Stedman lines it up then just inside the 22. Kicks it well. He's really kicking superbly. 14-4 in Castleford's favour. As Hampson goes and kicks deep. Well taken though, again by Castleford. They're well prepared, they're well organised. And everything that Wigan have thrown at them, they've responded magnificently. As England takes the drive. Runs straight into Adrian Shelford. And Wigan really need to try and get a little bit of possession. Sampson links inside to Beardmore. He's a good footballer. Oh, that's an interception from Goulding. Has Goulding got the pace? Castleford closing. Sampson chases, but Goulding has gone over. Oh, what a surprise. What a marvellous try from Poppy Goulding and Wigan. Goulding was in the right spot at the right time. As Castleford tried a little too much adventure, there he was to hang on to the interception. And as Castleford closed in on defence, it seemed that Sampson was going to get him. But Goulding just put in another gear and went over another post. And Goulding has a chance to add the 2 points to his own try. Steve Hampson getting a bit of the bird from the crowd. Certainly Wigan need more possession. They need to cut down on the error rate. John Mooney, I'm sure, at half-time will
be getting his charges to make sure that they keep as much possession as possible.
The bulk of possession has gone Castleford's way this half. Stasiger takes the drive. Wigan in possession, but they're just outside their own 22. In fact, Stasiger's driven back over that line as Gregory takes on the kicking role. That's Tolada. It's bounced away on this very firm pitch. David Planger's got back. Tries to run through John Gilfillan rather than around him, and Jed Byrne gets his first involvement in the tackling stakes. Tolada on his own as Castleford try to get back into some sort of position from that very deep kick from Andy Gregory. And again, the second row is drifting across the field. That's Neil Batty. Good defence from Wigan. Ian Gildart and Jed Stasiger. Keith England feels the force, but he's offloaded to Sampson. And Dee Sampson runs strong and aggressively into Sean Edwards. Edwards brings off a good tackle. Joyner prompting, moves it wide. Grant Anderson first, but again, good defence. This time from Jed Byrne. French under pressure. That's a great kick, just gone too far, and the ball has gone dead. So for once, Castleford's pressure not really counting as they make one of their rare mistakes this half. It's going to be a tap on the 22. Wigan in possession. Kevin Iro trying to get in on the act. He's really had little of the ball so far. Edwards linking with Shelford on that short side. Two drives to that left-hand side. And there's an infringement. The touch judge is on the field. It looks like Keith England and John Joyner have been involved in trying to delay the play the ball. Keith England walks disconsolately away. Steve Cross awards the penalty to Wigan. And again, Wigan back up into Castleford's 22. This game certainly fluctuates. Andy Goodway takes the first drive, and that's strong, that's aggressive. But he's lost the ball, and Batemore has flung it wide. Castleford dangerous in loose play. Stedman's got pace. There's Plange on this right wing, but he's made a mess of it. A chance for Castleford. Beardmore's quick thinking after he'd seen that Wigan were lying very, very deep. There was an overlap on this left-hand side. But what an awful mess they made of it. So that's going to be a scrum with a Wigan feed. Gregory looking for the ball. It's bobbling about inside there. Castleford have come round. They're all over the place. The scrum was completely disintegrated. Steve Cross said, let's play that one again. And telling Castleford to get on the mark. The defending side on the 10. It's Wigan's head, and Shelford has moved over to the 8 slot. Kevin Arrow at 6, drifting across on the runaround. Oh, he's gone past, and he's going through that gap, but he's lost possession. So twice Wigan have lost possession within a minute. And both on the first tackle. England takes the drive. He manages to hang on. So mistakes galore at the moment. Oh, and Iro's missed a tackle on the second row forward. Neil Batty. French moves it wide. Sampson takes the drive. He's lost the ball. So perhaps the pace of this game, and that's a penalty. Almost a sin bin, I would thought. Steve Sampson losing his cool. Steve Cross immediately giving the penalty to Wigan. So one or two mistakes being made in this last 5 minutes. Both sides losing a little bit of their cool and certainly losing a lot of possession. Wigan once more with the drive, this time from Jed Stasiger. Good strong defence from Castleford. Gregory takes it one out of the dummy to Shelford, then linking with Ian Gildart. Oh, Gildart's keeping going. almost bursting through. Hardy on the legs. Oh, Goulding! Bobby Goulding! Sidestep, then slits. Well, that nearly was another sensational try for the young hooker. Gregory in control. He decides to go on his own, but he's met strong opposition and good stern defence from Castleford. England firing in on that second tackle. Edwards called for it. He decides to go on his own. So that's been 3 drives close from the play of the ball, and now it's the last tackle. Gregory's one out. Ian Gildart finds him. The kick ahead over the top, that may well have not be far enough. Larder's taken it easily. In fact, it's St. John Ellis who got back there. The right winger had covered, and he's lost the ball. The ball has gone forward. So a plethora of mistakes here as Gregory put that ball up, probably for Steve Hampson to get to it, but it wasn't quite high enough. St. John Ellis had covered well from the back, and then running the ball out, losing possession once again in the tackle. Another scrum down. Gregory feeds. The halfbacks work a dummy run around. Stedman had come up very quickly, but Wigan still in possession. Gregory takes over once more. Captain again. Kevin Iro getting almost out of that tackle, but there's too many Castleford jerseys there. Ian Gildart takes the drive, running straight into Keith England. So Wigan have stretched them to the right-hand side and now busting it towards the right. As again, the halfbacks work the run around. There's Gregory in the gap. They can't find the runners. Andrew Goodway was running up at pace outside, but Andy Gregory had to hold on. Adrian Shelford takes the drive up. Good tackle. Good low tackle from Kevin Beardmore. Now it's the last one. Goulding finds Edwards. This could be the high kick. It's to change of direction. Hampson goes for it. Oh, but that's a great take. But Steve Hampson went up there. That was a superb take on that right-hand side by Sean Irwin. But Steve Hampson really had got up to some height then. Great kick from Edwards. As we come to the last minute of actual playing time in this first half, it's Castleford in possession just outside their own 22. The score 14-10 in their favour. Sampson running strongly but only meeting strong defence from Adrian Shelford. Beardmore drifts away. He's good, very close to the play of the ball. The Great Britain and Castleford hooker. Good pair of hands and plenty of ability. Stedman kicks very deep. John Gilfillan waits for the bounce, picks it up, straightens, runs through that gap. The important thing is Wigan in possession. And there's Philip Clark, scorer of that Wigan first try. Getting back, helping out. Now playing in the second row. So 3 tackles gone. Wigan inside their 22 as Gregory tries to move it and does this time. Moves it wide to Iro, but Kevin Iro's got no real space. Castleford have really worked very hard in defence. It looks like they touch judges on once more. And again, it's knees in the tackle. But the penalty is gone to Castleford. It's a penalty against Kevin Iro. So this time it's the tackler who's been awarded the penalty against, and Graham Stedman may well kick for goal. In fact, that's what's going to happen. Well, certainly Graham Stedman's been in fine kicking form so far, and this well within his capabilities. He struck it well, but he may well have pulled that left. In fact, he's pulled it round. And there is the half-time hooter. The score after an exhilarating first half. Castleford perhaps deserving to go in the lead, but only by a narrow margin of 14 points to 10.
Two of the richest and best supported clubs in Europe. See Real Madrid and Barcelona every week on Screen Sport. We'll show you action from the rest of the headline-making matches too in Football Espanol highlights. Tuesdays at 7:30.
Programmes tonight on Screen Sport. We'll be hard pushed to get as many goals in this week's Argentina football as we had last week, but with the championship race hotting up, all the teams are out to impress. And then we're off to Nuts Corner, where the Bali British Rallycross drivers renew hostilities in round 3 of this year's championship. Life in the fast lane is also getting hairy, with only 3 competitions before the Firestone Tournament of Champions. This week we're at the $200,000 True Value Open. And more fast lanes on the slalom course at Park City, where the skiers are contesting the second Super Series with mega bucks up for grabs for the first over the line. And bringing up the rear, we'll be outside the ring at the Guildhall Preston for the recent Commonwealth lightweight title fight between Carl Crook and defending champion Najib Deho. And that's the way your action continues tonight on Screen Sport.
There's another great ATP 32-player tennis event laid on for you on Screen Sport. The Prue Beach Classic, from the hard courts at Grand Cypress Point in Orlando, Florida. Connors, Quickstein and Gilbert attack Agassi's title in this World Super Series event. The semis are on Screen Sport on Wednesday at 6, with the final on Friday. A major new series of classic racing comes to Screen Sport. We start on the 3rd of May with the 1,000 guineas at Newmarket. 2 days later, there's the 2,000 guineas. And that evening, we cross to Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby. On the 19th, the Irish 2,000 guineas, and in the same evening, the Preakness Stakes. On May 26th, we'll bring you the Irish 1,000 guineas. Leading us back to Britain for the Epsom Derby on June the 6th. Still to come, the Oaks from Epsom and the Belmont Stakes. All coming soon on Screen Sport.
You'll get a better idea about DIY when you fly down to do it all. A better idea how to coordinate colour, how to mix and match paint. Take away a free wallpaper sample to hold up at home. Choose fabrics in peace. Find all your accessories attractively displayed together. Do It All can supply you with everything, including the ideas.
You won't believe it till you do it. I'll do it all, do it. Then you can bet you'll be doing it as well.
So Steve Cross gets the game in motion once again. The second half starts. The gap just 4 points between the two sides. An awkward bouncing ball that Andy Gregory has picked up. And it's Andy Goodway, the loose forward. Steve Hampson drives away. Runs straight into Joyner and Gary French. And again, interference. Sean Edwards is linked on this left-hand side. And Wigan hard push to get outside their own 22. Good play the ball as Goulding finds Gregory. Philip Clark running wide. Oh, and that's an interception. That was almost a try the other way. It's gone back. Wigan have regained possession. But that nearly desperation there, as Wigan were very adventurous inside their 22 with that run around and the wide distribution. But they're back in possession. Kevin Iro with the ball as Shelford takes the drive. So Castleford really being tested in defence, but they're pushing Wigan backwards at the moment as Shelford plays it to himself. The big number 10 runs into Liam Sampson. That's a clash of the giants. Keith England has come in. Well, Sean Edwards, an acting halfback, looking for the gap, but there's not one there. Sean Irwin makes a good tackle. This is the last one. And Gregory's there with the kick. And that is in the gap. It may well go too far. Larder goes back. Well, the ball's gone dead. And that's going to be a tap for Castleford on the 22. Blanche coming in from that left wing. That's a dummy, but really not being bought by Ian Gildart. Keith England running strongly from left to of the play of the ball. And Sampson again. These two props have really had a strong game. Jed Burns got in the act there with a strong tackle. Joyner distributing wide. So that's a good ball. That's great play from Sean Irwin, going down that right-hand touchline. St. John Ellis is in touch. The pass, in fact, has gone forward. But that, again, just shows you the distribution powers of John Joyner, the loose forward. What a superb ball. And with Irwin hitting that ball straight, running into the gap, that caused all sorts of problems for the Wigan defence. So Andy Gregory, the Wigan captain, trying to feed the scrum, but can't because of the disruption. Steve Cross pushes them in field. And that's fed and won as Hampson comes in from the back. Good tackle from Castleford. They really are motivated. So Wigan have spent virtually all the first 5 minutes of this second half. Well, that's going to be a scrum. That was apparently knocked forward by Philip Clark. Philip Clark had got out of the scrum quickly, taken the drive, but he's apparently lost the ball. So Castleford in a great position now. French uses a short side. Dummies to Gregory. Ian Gillard had got out of the scrum quickly. Good tackle from him. That's a good run across from Neil Batty. So Castleford now working their ploy. Stedman scored from a similar position not long ago. Lauder's in. Lauder the dummy. Plunge in. He's strong. He's hanging on. Obstruction though. Steve Cross has said that was obstruction as Grant Anderson came through. Plunge came from the back. The ball went behind the back of Grant Anderson. And that's an obstruction and a penalty to Wigan. The chance to Castleford is gone. So as Bobby Goulding tries to find the 10, it was Adrian Shelford who was coming on the burst. Goulding makes sure that he's behind him, otherwise that would be a scrum. And Stasica takes it up. Jed Stasica, who's had several first-team games for Wigan this season, makes very few mistakes. Gregory's dummied across the field and is linked with Clark. Philip Clark straightens up, gets over the 22. Certainly Castleford have given little room to Wigan to work their set moves. Goodway tries the drive. Joyner comes in over the top as Kevin Beardmore had spotted that move with Graham Stedman. And again, Gregory in no room at all. Has certainly been put under pressure by this very fast-moving Castleford defence. And this is the last tackle. They've had a job to get outside their own 22. It's going to be a kick, and it's a kick from Edwards. Edwards finds St. John Ellis. He takes it well. Try score in the first half. But at last, Wigan get into the Castleford half. And Castleford coming back perhaps a little slowly. They put in a very strong tackling stint. Ian Gillard makes a good tackle there. And Jed Byrne firing in on Dean Sampson, along with Adrian Shelford. Joyner back in the action. Distribution. And still Castleford keep it alive because Stedman's so dangerous in broken play. He's got superb pace and the ability, it seems, to sidestep off both feet. Oh, there's the gap. And that's a superb break from Jeff Hardy. The link inside, but Castleford have lost the ball. Once more, it's that final pass which is just eluding this Castleford side. But they're really finding some holes in this Wigan defence, and that's particularly wide out. That one was Jeff Hardy accelerating through the gap. Wigan back again, almost on their own goal line, but they're in possession, and it's Castleford who have to defend. Preston trying to dart away, but again it's this terrier-like Yorkshire defence. The big man Adrian Shelford, even he can't break through. Good play the ball though. Goodway drifting across, and Goodway making the gap, almost getting through. Desperate tackle there from Graham Stedman, and they've lost the ball. Not sure what to do there was Grant Anderson, but he eventually played it. Now Sampson's decided to run across field. So all that hard work hasn't produced any dividends yet in this half. England takes it up. Oh, what a great tackle from Andrew Goodway. That surely was one of the big hits of the season. French trying something on his own, but the defence too good, and Castleford looking a little bit disorganised. Perhaps that defensive stint has taken too much out of them. That's the last tackle, and they've been fairly innocuous in the first 5. Now Stedman moves it wide. That's a little kick through. Hampson there, great pickup. That looked like a high tackle. Hampson's got away again. The fullback's playing well. Good, strong defensive play, and then a great run out from Steve Hampson. And that kick through from Jeff Hardy, certainly posing problems, but what a superb pickup from the Wigan fullback. Goulding has lost possession. Once again, the ball ripped away from him. Castleford now have it once more. This game flowing from one side to the other as French tries to probe his way through. Good tackle from Sean Edwards and Ian Gildart. The home side trying to get behind their players as Joyner switches the direction. Again the linking, this time to England. Castleford keep it alive. They're a good touch rugby side. French tries to get to his feet. Joyner is again prompting. That's gone nowhere, but French has picked it up. This is desperate measures. A from Castleford in attack and B from Wigan in defence. The Stedman goes for the drop goal. That's over. 15-10 the score. Castleford, after all that pressure, come away with that 1 point for the drop goal. Again, another quick kick-off, this time by Andy Gregory. But the ball bouncing kindly for St John-Ellis. It's that 5-point difference. And really all the play in this second half has been in Wigan's half as Beardmore breaks away. They're making good yardage, Castleford, for 1 or 2 play the balls. French on his own, this time with the kick. They're going to play for position. That's the tester, it's rolling towards the touchline, but Steve Hampson covered it well. He's trying to drift around Joyner, but John Joyner, despite being in the veteran stage, still got plenty of pace and strength left in those legs. That's John Gilfillan, the right wing, who's come across to help out. Gregory tries to find a gap and has found it and links well. Goodway eventually hangs on to it. Has it gone forward? Yes, says Steve Cross. Andy Gregory had gone through that gap. Andrew Goodway was supporting outside, desperately trying to get hold of the ball, but the ball went down. And that's going to be a scrum down. The pace of this game is tremendously fast. And mistakes have been made as French pushes a long ball wide to Stedman. That's the switch inside to Sean Irwin. Really moving at pace, the Castleford centre. Set move from the scrum. Steve Larder, the fullback, driving away from acting halfback, and this really is testing Wigan now. Once again, Castleford back in Wigan's 22. England links with Stedman. Stedman drifting across field, trying to find a gap. Eventually runs into Stazika. So Jed Stazika and Adrian Shelf are making that tackle as Joyner links. That's a good ball. That's a great ball. Castleford moving possession, but managing to hang on to it. Linking inside to Larder. Oh, a superb ball from Neil Batty, but Steve Larder's on his feet. Now John Joyner working his magic once more. The ball's gone to the floor. Almost like an American football try, but that was the last tackle. That's the handover. Steve Hampson picks it up. Andrew Goodway drives away. Desperate stakes for Wigan. Castleford have come away with just that 1 point and lots of pressure. And if Wigan can maintain their form and their cool and still keep this Castleford side out, then they're in with a chance. Frustration may well keep in, but it's still that 5-point gap, and it's still Castleford in the lead. Andy Gregory looking for a hole. There aren't many. He's gone past the first one. That's the last tackle. Bobby Goulding waiting anxiously at half-back for the ball. Finds Edwards. Edwards under pressure from Dean Sampson. That's a pressure ball on Steve Larder. A chance for Wigan to get back into Castleford territory. And almost a lull in the play for a moment as French links with St John-Ellis. Certainly both sides have had their wings and their centres taking the pressure. off their forwards when the kicks have been made. Diabate plays the ball. Sampson takes the drive. Oh, what a good tackle from Philip Clark. French takes the ball wide, linking with Stedman. Stedman with the kick. That's a drifting towards the touchline. Steve Hampson decides to let it go. And again, that ball bouncing and bobbling. I think most of the crowd may well have thought Steve Hampson could have picked that up, but the risk perhaps too great. And certainly so far at the scrimmage, it's been 100% possession for either side. Whoever's fed the ball has come away with it, and there's the same thing again. Steve Hampson links this time with Iro. Iro bursting, almost getting through. Good tackle from Grant Anderson. Edwards again, trying to find a gap. But he runs into that Castleford brick wall. They've covered both sides of the play of the ball. Gregory linking inside to Shelford. Good strong run from the 10. That was a powerful burst from the New Zealand forward. The dummy to Gildart. Good way on the burst. But again, a good tackle there from Sean Irwin. Edwards changes direction, switches across field. Steve Hampson's there. Philip Clark takes it well, but Castleford players all over the field, filling all the gaps. Jed Byrne with the kick this time. That's going to be straight to Steve Larder. Takes it well. Looking for a gap, almost finding it. Good tackle from Ian Gildart. The big second row forward. Certainly the pace still relentless here at Weldon Road. Castleford had most of the play, had most of the territorial advantage, but it's Wigan hanging on. French linking inside to Irwin. Preston has to come in for the wing to finish off the tackle. Beardmore linking to Keith England. Typical burst from Keith England, the number 10. As Joyner takes over. Again, the distributive pass. Joyner links. Can't quite get the pass in, though. Tremendous play from John Joyner. Now he's looking for support. He's got it from Jeff Hardy. A kick from Hardy. But Preston picks it up. Can he find a gap? No gap in that defensive line. Darren van der Velde's certainly worked hard on this Castleford defence. John Gilfillan drives it away. And really that's all we've had from the Wigan wingers tonight. Very little wide-out play. And no chance of the wingers being involved in many movements. But they're taking their share of the workload in driving that ball out from inside the 22. Edwards changes direction again, and again picks it up. Oh, that ball knocked down. Goodway dribbles on, it's still play. Is the ball gone forward again? Yes, says Steve Cross. That's going to be a scrum. Castleford ball. Gary French had driven away from that scrum. A beautiful break from him, and Castleford again on the rampage as David Plange takes it up that left-hand side. John Gilfillan makes the tackle, but Steve Larder links. And Wigan have possession. Andy Gregory's linked with Bobby Goulding. There's no shortage of excitement here at Castleford. French made a marvellous break. Wigan have responded. Dean Sampson spotted that run around with Ian Gildart. Good tackle from the Castleford number 8. Kevin Iro tries to get away from Irwin, but Irwin has tackled him well. And the two props come and finish it off. Andy Gregory links his side, but that's on the floor. Castleford have possession. As that played on, certainly Goulding was diving over that ball after Dean Sampson seemed to have played it, but Steve Cross has awarded the scrimmage, and it looks like there's going to be some substitution on the Wigan side. It's Bobby Goulding and Jed Stazziger coming off the field, and Graham West and Ducky O'Donnell, who is the Alliance team hooker. He's going to go straight in at number 9. And Graham West is packing in at number 10 as French feeds the scrimmage. Stedman sidestepping past Edwards. Only good cover from the inside by Andrew Goodway. Keith England takes the drive. Wigan once again back, as they've been for a lot of this second half, in their own 22. French tried to distribute, but decides to go on his own. He got inside Adrian Shelford. Again, Joyner, the prompter. This time it's a wide ball to Stedman, and Stedman going left and then sidestepping to the right-hand side. O'Donnell gets his first taste of rugby and moves in quickly on Joyner, but possession kept. As Graham West brings and finishes off the tackle. Well, that certainly is a delayed reaction there from Kevin Beardmore, the Castleford hooker. He seems to have been hurt in the tackle as Graham West dumped him down to earth. And some treatment from the side as Wigan organised their defence. Steve Cross overseeing the situation. John Joyner looking behind to oversee what the next play for Castleford will be. Kevin Beardmore, of course, the present Great Britain hooker. He seems okay. Joyner sets it up. Stedman with the kick through. That looks offside. It may well have gone too far. So a wasted opportunity perhaps for Castleford. It's going to be a tap 22. And we've got just about 20 minutes left for play. So Donald gets his first run with the ball. Played, of course, last season for Wigan's first team. Only a youngster, but plenty of potential there, and he'll certainly want to play tonight. Edwards takes over at acting halfback. Gildart hits the short side. And now with Gregory out at number 1, Edwards at halfback. The short side's worked again. The big man Graham West going through. He's thrown that ball down. Preston has to scurry back and goes into touch. So that's not a particularly successful move for Wigan. It's going to be Castleford to feed the scrum once more. And another chance to work a set move. It's French, swings it wide, misses out Stedman altogether. Irwin goes for the gap. Sean Irwin looking for space. Desperate tackle from Kevin Iro. As the ball is switched back cross field. Good running from Jeff Hardy. St. John Ellis can't get past the wall, or can he? Yes, a beautiful sidestep inside. Preston hurries back and makes the tackle, but Castleford doing all the running as French again moves the ball wide. Stedman in the gap. Oh, that's tremendous running from Castleford, but great defence from Wigan. Neil Batty going ever so close. Castleford move it wide again. Irwin has to come back inside. Oh, Irwin. What a tackle from Graham West. Edwards in as well. Wigan stretch. Joyner looks for the kick. That's a great chip through. That looks like a try. A try for second row forward Jeff Hardy from a superb push through from John Joyner. Constant Castleford pressure. Joyner the motivator, the distributor. This time a beautiful kick through. And who there to support but Jeff Hardy, his second row forward, delighted with the try. Stedman has kicked superbly all night. This, again, the right-hand side, the favoured side. And that's straight between the posts. 21-10, Castleford in the lead. Perhaps that's an unassailable lead. Andy Gregory kicks deep. Joyner, who set up that last try, keeps possession. Sean Irwin, who's run strongly in the centre, takes the drive again. Dean Sampson, 2 out. Jed Byrne makes the tackle with Andrew Goodway. Joyner distributing once again. The 2 second rows wide out on this side. Jeff Hardy onto Neil Batty. Now England, and really Castleford have been so purposeful tonight. Their defence has been very, very strong, and they've made a few mistakes apart from that last 10 minutes of the first half. There's Stedman. with the kick. Gilfillan takes it back, and a beautiful sidestep past David Plange. Good play from the winger. Well, that's an unexpected bonus from that superb kick from Steadman. A well-balanced move there from John Gilfillan. Graham West takes it up, tries to keep going. The big man comes down, but good yardage gain. Tries to get to his feet. Justin O'Donnell finds Gregory. Andrew Goodway drifts across, and that's easy meat for John Joyner. Gregory decides to kick, and certainly when they've kicked so far, it's been easy possession, but that time it bounces into touch, so it's going to be a scrum on the Castleford 22, and a chance for Wigan to put a little bit of pressure perhaps on this Castleford side. Again, French wins the ball, but Wigan very quickly out of the scrum. Philip Clark getting out of that second row berth, pretty sharpish, and then making the tackle on David Plange. So what have Wigan got left? It's Castleford who've called most of the shots. 2 good tries from Wigan. But certainly their possession in this second half has been mainly inside their own 22, as Steadman easily beats Ian Gildart and pushes that ball upfield. Preston gets back. Now one flash of brilliance, but not this time. Sean Irwin makes the tackle. Preston gets away, but St John Ellis fires in. Steve Hampson finds Sean Edwards. Kevin Arrow drifts across from left to right. But Castleford are so quick to get in position in defence. They've really moved up very well on that kick. Gregory finds Shelford. Good burst. Edwards supports. Sean Irwin had covered very well and just managed to hang on to Sean Edwards. That slowed him down. Gregory again, trying to find Philip Clark. But the ball's gone forward. So an unfortunate lack of possession there for Wigan. Another chance has gone. Castleford have now the opportunity to set up another move from the scrum, and they've got 1 or 2. French links for Steadman. That's a link from left to right by Grant Anderson, and he's burst through. Byrne had come across and he got through that tackle as well. It took a cover tackle from Philip Clark to stop the centre. Castleford on the rampage again. England firing in. Good support. Almost touch rugby there as Sampson goes forward. Beautiful skill from Castleford. Certainly when they're on song, they're one of the top sides in the game. French dodging, weaving. Can't get through. Philip Clark eventually gets him down. Steadman, he scored an individual try in the first half. He's going again now. But this time he can't get through. That was certainly an attempt by Steadman to go on his own. Now it's the last tackle. Larder pushes high. That's a test. It's Hampson versus Larder. Hampson wins it and runs away. Great take from Steve Hampson. Oh, what a great run. The ball's gone down. Gilfillan has to go back. The chance almost there. That was a great run from Steve Hampson. The final pass went astray. But John Gilfillan recovered well. And really Hampson's take has taken the pressure off Wigan. Clark sells the dummy and links, this time with Graham West. The big number 8 has to come down though. Gregory still trying to prompt. Shelford has lost the ball. Again, Wigan have lost possession, and that's been one of the poor things about their play this game. Dummy from Beardmore. He's recovered from that knock earlier on. England goes on his own, close to the play of the ball. Wigan are hanging on once more. Again, Joyner. This time it's the set move as French comes across. Larder comes in from the back. But Castleford can't quite finish it off. Beardmore looking for instructions. Swings the wide ball. Stedman with the drop kick again. That's over. That's 22 points to 10. The 1 point has meant now that Castleford have that cushion of 12 points. Gregory with the quick kick-off once more. And the play relentless, non-stop. Stedman, the kicker, had rushed back almost 100 metres to get in position as Larder takes it away, runs into Andy Gregory. Steve Cross has blown his whistle. I think that's been a punch thrown underneath. Quite clear the decision. Again, a chance for Castleford to really push themselves forward. They've been, for most of the second half, near Wigan's 22-metre line. They've only scored the one try, but it's been resolute Wigan defence that has stopped them. So Keith England with the drive. Dean Sampson takes the second one and bursts through for the big number 8, linking superbly with Beardmore. This is Castleford's play at its best. Superb linking, particularly close to the play of the ball. Now Stedman swinging it wide. But Batty can't get through Philip Clark, Kenny and Gildart. Castleford, Stedman to French. French decides to go on his own. He's going to sidestep past Hampson and score. Try for Gary French. An individual try of pure genius. Gary French it was who decided to go on his own. He sliced through that Wigan defence like a knife through butter, and then ran away from the desperate tackle of Steve Hampson, and despite Edwards' late challenge, goes over for another Castleford try. And Graham Stedman lining this kick-up for what's been a 100% record, and that still is a 100% record. Another 2 points. So with just 8 minutes to go, the score at 28 points to 10 in Castleford's favour. What can Wigan now offer? Castleford really on the rampage. To all that pressure, there was that try that Joyner set up for second row man Jeff Hardy, and then that beautiful individual try by Gary French. And despite Wigan's tremendous defence, it's been Castleford who've kept pegging away. Played for position and then cashed in. Well, Kieran Hill has come onto the field, so that's a substitution for Castleford. He's getting a taste of the action, and really for the first time for some time now, Wigan pushing Castleford back in their own 22. Stedman again with the left boot. Pressure from Andrew Goodway. No pressure on Preston. He's taking that ball well. Can he find some space? He's run away from 2 or 3, but again Castleford have moved up superbly in defence. A very strong defensive line. O'Donnell finds Adrian Shelford. Shelford pushes forward. Ducky finds Philip Clark. Philip Clark says the dummy and goes on his own, but Grant Anderson had moved up quickly in defence. Graham West linking on the set movers. Andy Goodway breaks the gap. Edwards is with him. Superb timing. Edwards is coasting through. Edwards stretches his legs. Larder comes across. Great tackle from Steve Larder. Superb move from Wigan. The finish not quite there. Beautiful break from Andrew Goodway. Edwards supporting as ever. But the support on Edwards lacking slightly, and Sean Edwards had to take the tackle. Castleford win possession just inside their 22. Gary French, scrum half, takes it away on his own. Jeff Hardy drifting across field. This is a rare chance for Wigan and a rare occurrence for Castleford inside their 22 this half. Kieran Hill, an injection of new blood. Certainly there's plenty of tired legs on that field. But here's one man who's been going all game, Dean Sampson. Good strong running from the number 8. Beardmore waits at acting halfback. The change this time as French decides to send a long ball. Plange in space. Plange goes past Gilfillan and goes past Philip Clark. Kicks through. That's a race. And a try. Is it a try? A try for Grant Anderson. Oh, what brilliant Castleford play. It was a change of tactics inside their 22. Gary French using the long ball. Plange was in space. He shot past Gilfillan. And as Hampson came across to defend, it was a superb kick ahead. Anderson was up like a shot and beat the covering Edwards. What a great Castleford try. So the crowd hushed as Stedman lines the kick up once again and kicks it through. That's an extra 2 points. That's the icing on the cake. With just 3 minutes left for play, Steve Hampson kicks off. Castleford leading by 34 points to 10. That's a fine kick-off. That's going to be a scrum inside Castleford's 22. It's been superb kicking from Stedman. 3 tries in this second half. The last one of high quality. 2 tries from kicks and 1 individual try from Gary French. But Wigan have had to soak up tremendous pressure from this Castleford side. Ball won at the back of the scrum by Castleford. As Ducky O'Donnell gets out, wants to get in the action. And Castleford certainly shown the form which they showed early in the season. Certainly the form they showed at Central Park. David Plange, the creator of that last try, drifts away. A little bit of lethargy perhaps, a little bit of slowness in the cast play as Kieran Hill takes it up. Dean Sampson, 1 drive through over the 22 now. Castleford changed the tactic last time. It was Gary French. They change it again. It's a wide ball. There's an overlap on that side. This time Graham West is covered on the last tackle. That's going to be a handover. So as previously they'd been kicking the ball downfield from Graham Stedman. Change of tactic twice, trying to move it wide. Philip Clark straightening up. John Joyner drifts across. The young second row forward has to take the tackle. O'Donnell drifting across, straightening up. Can't break through though. Joyner hanging on. Gildart takes the drive. And certainly as we come in this last couple of minutes of play, the Castleford side have played superbly. We've seen little of Kevin Iro in that sort of space. Gilfillan comes inside. Plange covers well, but that was a glimpse of set move play that Wigan are quite capable of doing. But now they need the ball again, and it's come too slowly. As O'Donnell moves it wide, but they're all standing still, and Clark has to take the ball in. Castleford moving up. This is the last tackle. O'Donnell with the little chip through, and that's play on. It's gone off the foot of Graham Stedman. Steve Cross waves it back, so 1 tackle gone. Now can Wigan get some consolation these last few seconds of play? Graham West with the drive, almost getting past Stedman. So the play of the ball as Preston dive passes. Gregory takes it. Beardmore had stood off him. O'Donnell has lost it under pressure. Castleford still moving up quickly in defence. They want to keep a clean sheet this second half, and that's what they've done so far. Beardmore goes down on the deck once more, as does Kieran Hill. Andrew Goodway bringing off the tackle. Irwin gets in and drifts away. Gets away from Andrew Goodway, but Jedburn fires in with the tackle. We've had well over a minute of injury time as Larder drives away. Penalty awarded against Jedburn for a high tackle. Certainly Larder didn't seem to have any ill effects, although he's having a word with Jedburn. End result, just a penalty. It's been a very clean game. It's been hard. It's certainly been played at a most furious pace. And Castleford have come out well on top, 34-10. Only seconds left. That is a victory, a memorable victory for Castleford. 34 points to 10. They're the only side in the league that can have done the double, and they've done it successfully tonight here at Roland Road with a magnificent victory. Well, Graham, perhaps a rather surprising call-up, but back in the first team after quite a long time. What was the reason behind your introduction into the first team today?
Well, I think on the weekend they had 2 injuries, one to Dennis Betts in the forwards, and John decided that I might fit the bill. I've been playing over the last 3 18 games, and we needed a bigger forward.
But of course, in Wigan going through a bit of a spell now where they've got quite a few injuries. I mean, what is the injury situation like, and how are they likely to be ready for the next game?
Well, I don't think anybody knows. Ellery Hanley seems to be coming right. Dennis Betts possibly, but Joe Lydon looks to be out for a while. Andy Platt the same. So you know, they are the very experienced forwards, players in the side.
And not a successful comeback, unfortunately for you, because 2 points today perhaps would have really put the championship on ice and the champagne almost ready. But it certainly was a very hard game and a well-won game by Castleford.
It was a hard game. Castleford seemed to have had 2 reasonable games against Barrow to prepare for us. They come out tonight and played very well. You know, at times I thought we might come back, but we made more mistakes and they piled it on.
The first half, there was that interception try which brought you back into the game, and at half-time just trailing by 4 points. That must really have been a fillip for the side to go in perhaps just losing by 4 points after somewhat a Castleford domination.
Yes. We come out in the second half and we thought, well, if we just take our time, we do everything right, our defence is right, we take the ball up to them and let our backs have the ball later, that we could probably pull them back. But unfortunately, our defence wasn't right. They kept us down in our own half for long periods of time and made us pay.
So the championship's still wide open and still plenty of games left to play, and of course you've got to play against Leeds.
We have. Yeah, if we can get 1 or 2 of these injuries right, we've got the squad to do it. We've just got to look forward now to Sunday and put it together.
Well, certainly Graham enjoyed his game, even if the result went the wrong way for Wigan. But they're still top of the league, but the championship race certainly hotting up now.